G'day everyone, today I'm fishing at Greens Lake near Corop in northern Victoria. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now I said Greens Lake near Corop because there's a number of Greens Lakes in Victoria. There's a Green Lake and I think two Greens Lake. One at Horsham, one near Sea Lake and one here at Corop. This one here at Corop was decommissioned a few years ago and it was slowly dying a slow death and it almost dried up, and Victorian Fisheries came and netted as many yellowbelly and cod as they could and relocated them to safer waters. And then just before it dried up, we had record-breaking rain that came through, flooded the nearby farmland and filled the lake with water. So what we've got now is a bit of an unknown. We've got a lake full of water. The fish have been taken out of it, but some will remain, and there was some redfin in here and they may also have remained and could even spawn back up a little bit with better conditions, and I would be very surprised if there's not carp in here. Anyway, to the north I have beautiful clear blue skies. To the south it's as black as the inside of a dog's guts at midnight. It is as black as the ace of spades and there is a massive thunderstorm. So I put my lines in and I'm fishing about 2 meters from my car, so if it rains, well I'll run and hide in the car and I'll get my lines baited up and get them in. Right, I've got 2 rods. This one here is a running sinker rig and a single Jan-Juck worm. I was going to use 2 to start with, but I just couldn't fit 2 on the hook. They're big and fat and I've only got a small hook. There's a lot of grass in the water. That could make things a bit challenging, but anyway, we'll give it a crack. This one here, a paternoster rig with a tiny hook, and I've got a couple of corn kernels on there. I'm just going to put that in reasonably close. We'll just go out there. Now both lines are in and I've just heard my first rumble of thunder. I have had bad reports from here lately. I've asked a couple of people if they've heard of any fish being caught and no one's heard of anything being caught, and there's no dead carp or scales or anything on the bank. So the indications are all bad. In saying that, I just had a nibble on my corn. I'm not even joking. I just had a nibble and I've only just put the line in. Missed it. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Now look at that. Well, folks, I can guarantee that there are fish in Greens Lake. I'm getting a bite on my worms right now while I'm showing you this. There are small carp in Greens Lake. Normally I say I'm going to send it downstream with a headache, but on this occasion I'm going to send it out into the open with a headache to see if it can find a hungry bird. I'm getting a bite on my worms here too now. Nothing there. The wind's springing up ahead of this storm behind me. I'll put another couple of corn kernels back in and I can confirm that there definitely are fish in Greens Lake, even if they're just carp. It is a spot that we can still come fishing. Well, I've caught one fish. The storm is just hitting. My rods are dancing around a lot, although the worms just had a bite just then. The weather's turning. I've only been here 10 minutes. What a surreal feeling this is. The sun's about to come out here now, and yet the storm clouds right there are just incredible. It's pouring rain up the other end of the lake. Wow, this is amazing. Nature at its best. Bite on the worm. That's got to be on there, doesn't it? Got him. Got him this time. No, I haven't. Bit of slime. I'm going to put a single corn kernel on this running sinker rig. I don't really want to have worms on both rods because I know there is a chance of redfin or possibly even yellowbelly in here. I do want to have worms on at least one rod. Oh look, there's a fish on this rod. A tiny incy-wincy little carp. You know what I might do? I might even kill it and put it in, tie it into a yabby net. Let's see if I can catch a yabby in here. See if there's any yabbies in here. I'll do that. I'll use it as yabby bait. Now I'm not expecting too much from this, but you just never know. Righto, so I've got 2 tiny carp and 1 big thunderstorm on the board so far. take it. Got him. Right, first one on the worms. I'll leave this one on the bank for more yabby baits, just in case I need it, rather than throwing it out on the water for the seagulls. Might just leave that one worm on, I think. But there's no corn on this line. Oh, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Have a look at the size of that carp. That's not even as long as my little finger. It's lucky to be 6-7 centimetres long. Unbelievable. There's going to be a great carp fishery at Greens Lake in the next couple of years. The old yabby net's only been in about 15 minutes. I'm not expecting anything, but then again, I wasn't expecting anything when I threw the yabby nets into Broken Creek recently either, and I caught heaps. That's not the case here though. I've hooked up. You didn't see the hook up because I've stopped filming. I'm getting so many nibbles from these tiny carp that I've just stopped filming until I hook up. I think what's that, number 5 or something now? Tiny. I am getting so many bites here. There's something pecking at my worms now and my corn. Lots of bites, but hard to hook up. I think I got that one. I did too. Lots of bites on both worms and corn. Greens Lake is full of small carp at the moment. Absolutely teeming with them. That's number 6, I think. Carp plague's certainly raging at Greens Lake. I've just decided to check my worms, and there's a little carp on there covered in slime. Carped me up. Big bite on the corn. He's on there too. Oh, I can hear more thunder. It's getting dark to my south again. I wonder if we've got another storm coming in. Thunder carp. I've just decided to just check my corn rod as I haven't had a bite for a while. It's got this incy wincy little carpio on the end of it. Look at that. Tiny. How's the old yabby net going here? No good. I thought there was a little yabby in there then, but it's just a bit of mud. Folks, I've come away from the main lake to try and get out of the wind a little bit to film my closing scene. It was so windy. What have I found at Greens Lake? The good news is we've still got a fishery. It's not dead yet. The bad news is I think it's going to be mostly carp. There's a lot of carp in Greens Lake at the moment, and most of them are really small. And over the coming few years, we're going to have somewhere to come and wet a line and go fishing, even if we do only catch carp. Bear in mind, we know for a fact there are redfin in the lake, and they will breed back up while conditions are good like they are now. So we should start seeing an increase in the number of redfin mixed in with the carp. As for the Murray cod and yellowbelly that were stocked by fisheries, many have been netted out. There might be a remnant, 1 or 2 that you might fluke from time to time, but I wouldn't come here deliberately targeting them. Greens Lake, it's not dead yet. It's a fun carp fishery, and it's going to be fun for the next few years. Thank you very much for watching.